Hello and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We are in the Baal Temple. Last time we defeated the Chosen of Baal. And well, this time, well, effectively we're going to loot and then speak to our party member who's been missing for about 60 hours. So, yeah, let's get to it, shall we? So let's send some of this to camp. Let's also grab this, send to camp. Did I actually loot all of that? Not that it matters. There we go. Grab this. This isn't really the loot I'm looking for. This is just a way to start. The loot I'm looking for is in the room behind us. The room behind us has a Baal head in front of it, and we could not access until we defeated Orin, which means it's probably filled with some really, really good loot. There's also some people who are probably going to attack us on the way out here, which is interesting, and we're probably also going to want to have a look at some of the loot that we ignored on the way in. So, all of that. There's also a bit of loot, I think. Might be wrong. Right, sent to camp, and then here. Sent to camp. Then we'll do a little check here of what we got. Let me just see for a second. We got anything that's actually heavy? All of these daggers are probably like, they can be sent to camp. We're still a little bit on the edge of weight. Maybe the camp supply sack, I'll send those to camp. It helps a lot. Yeah, maybe some of this. Yeah, we're there, I think. Okay, cool. So can I jump over here, or is this just fake? Fake. Okay, well, that's fine then. Well, that means that the only place which is actually, like, new for us, having defeated the boss, is right in here. And this looked to be, like, Orin's bedchamber, but there could be an awful lot in here, given where it is. So, head down through the River of Blood. And then we got some more Reapers of Baal in here. Okay. Oh!
From bonds free, no more a slave. Liberators, saviors, pawns, dupes, fools, released, usefulness ended, targeted, killed, death unavoidable.
Well, that's not good. I was going to say, I'm wondering why these... Also, Baal spawn would be a child of Baal, which is interesting. I was just wondering why these people would be dead here. Oh, Orin's mother. Lovely. But maybe these were people trying to sneak in and kill Orin. Maybe that's the way that you get to be, you know, in Orin's position as you kill the previous person. This is a notebook filled with handwritten poems, most of which seem to be about communing with the murdered dead through contemplation of their corpses. The verse, much of it quite accomplished, is lyrical and elegiac, profoundly insightful, and even moving. The final poem is 34 lines in length, ending with the words below. Your corpus was killed, your life ephemeral, but your death was fine art, and art is eternal. Hail, immortal victim, hail, in sacrifice, live ever on. I should have abandoned that much earlier. I was trying to rhyme ephemeral with eternal. It was never going to work, but, you know, I took a stab in the dark. It just didn't work. Okay, who is Cror? Well, there's experiments on him. Let's read that first. Father sent a butler to fawn over me. I'm not my mind-mangled bloodkin. I need no coddling. I will send him back to hell's entrails and all. Not again, this wretched minion has returned, singing my praises over the way I slaughtered it. If it craves death, I will give it a lingering one. If its screams will silence father's concerns. Again, this praise-poxing creature comes back to me. It will not leave me be. I will make something beautiful of it, an effigy stuffed with the flesh of every other butler in the city. Father will see I need no instruction, no inspiration, nor does any true chosen of Baal. Interesting. Well, we'll have it. Nothing on the butler. We'll have the drink as well. And the wine. Okay, there's nothing over here in the pile of skulls. Okay, just work our way around the room. All of this can be sent to camp. Ignore that one for a second. I'm also assuming that this area has a lot. I said also like I'm carrying on something from previous, but it's from a previous episode. I assume that there's more to do here if you have the Dark Urge origin, because I kind of get the feeling that the Dark Urge origin means you're a Baal spawn. I'm not 100% sure on that, but like, if it's an urge to kill people, it seems like it's fairly likely. But I don't know. We'll have to see at a later point, I guess. Alright, bunch of poisons. Blood envy for the unworthy. Oh, my stupid slaughterkin. How many thousands will you mutilate before you learn to make their blood spill worthy of Father's altar? You deceive your god with these mindless flayings, and our temple, no, my temple, decays because of it. It can't be so. It mustn't be so. The favourite of Baal must be one worthy of his name, one who serves him and only him. If you insist on shouldering the yoke of these other so-called chosen, then I will craft you a better one, a worm to make you mindless as the altar meets you butcher, and I'll restore this temple in Baal's true image, a glorious vision built atop your festering corpse. Oh. Okay. Well, send those to camp. Fallen Baal spawn. Nothing on them.
Orin relished tormenting this poor soul.
Also, wait a second. Wait a second here. I'm just comparing us to them. I don't think it's the same model, but it's definitely close. I was wondering whether it could be the same, but yes, I don't think so. A plan for chaos. How weakly the city slumbers above, safe behind its walls. It forgets what lurks below, it must be reminded. If the tyrant wishes them to suckle his accursed teat, I can make them crave it. My sweet assassin set to stalk their hearts and stifle their throats. My changelings will turn the very face of hope against them. Master choking apprentice, father hacking down son. The city will butcher itself soon enough, and the lordling will be powerless to stop it. Okay. Let's continue on. Orange chest key. That would have been useful before we pick lock to the chest, but whatever. We don't need the invasion plans, because, I mean, we have several copies at this point. Yes, we have these, but we'll pick them up anyway. There we go. And that. And these. Oh, you have to go to this side to pick these up? Okay. That's fine. Manifesto. Manifesto 13 Uktar 1482. I, Orin, called the Red by the Shalar, daughter of Helena, granddaughter of Saravok and Chev. Granddaughter, huh? Interesting. Do vow in the name of Baal, my lord of murder, to serve his unholy will. I shall become an incarnation of slaughter, and the pain and humiliation inflicted upon his temple by the ignorant masses of Baldur's Gate shall be repaid 1,000-fold. This I do swear and attest with my heart's own blood. So she is not a Baal spawn, probably, but is a is a descendant of one, right? Because a Baal spawn is a child of Baal. So Saravok is one. I'm assuming she isn't, unless, you know, there's some weird stuff going on with her mother, but let's assume that there isn't. Right. Grab that. Wardrobe. Another book concerning Orin the Red. Little sister, whatever in the grey wastes are we going to do with you? Baal will never care that you waste your time posing your corpse dollies. Baal doesn't care whether you give him the corpse of a pauper or a king. At the end of the day, all Father wants is death in droves, death in numbers, to sap away the life of this dull world as swiftly and widely as we can. You plan, you plot, you prevaricate, but you waste his time. Baal doesn't need us to think, he needs us to kill. You kill beautifully and have talents in your shapes, magics that I never will, but you do not understand Lord Baal. Perhaps it is a failing of your diluted blood as a mere grandchild. I am his sole living pureblood. I will accept no challenge from you until you show some damned respect. Okay. So that'll be the person who came to her with that message. And a person who has no idea that Saravok is alive, I assume. Unless the Saravok that we met is not a child of Baal, in which case that's some information I do not currently possess. Basically. Oh, apparently I don't have this on. Let's see. Can I speak to her? I can. Okay.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who killed you?
Orin, my daughter.
Okay.
I tried to kill her, but she killed me first.
Why did you try to kill your own daughter?
I wanted to be Baal's chosen. Saravok told me she must be my offering. I was close, my hand around her throat. I failed.
Also, I did make it an assumption that Saravok was Helena's father. That's not necessarily the case. There could be a, there could be another line and Helena married into the family, but I don't know. I assumed not, based upon the fact that they probably wouldn't have mentioned it in the same way. Did Orin know that Saravok ordered you to kill her?
No. She worshipped him. Loved him. So did I.
That's not the impression I got from her, but maybe she just shows love in a different way. Where are you from?
Baldur's Gate. Brandon District.
Who are you?
Helena Anchev.
Oh.
Daughter of Saravok. Mother of Orin.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Ask your questions in a sensible order, and you get answers to your musings. That's what I'm getting from that. Also, none of these people had anything to say to us anyway, so that's good to know. Alright, well, we got stuff in here. Cool little bits of lore. But not a lot of loot. Also just checking up here. Oh, we do have more weapons. I'll pick these up. That's fine. Pick up the daggers. Now, we have a choice here of which direction we go out. Doesn't really matter because we're going to explore it all. I'm just checking whether there's any other bits along the edge. There are some unholy assassins still here. We cannot teleport. There's this bit, which is kind of weird. Okay. Let's do a quick save, and let's walk up here. If they attack us, they attack us. They don't, they don't. In theory, they have no real reason to attack us, apart from that they want to. Right? Let's walk up and see what happens. Anyone up here? On this side. Guild row. We'll have those. We'll send these to camp. Yeah, nothing in here. I can't bring his... well, you know what I could do? I could pick up his corpse of somebody and then drag the corpse to the to Rivington and just drop it in front of her and go, "He's dead, you see?" But I don't think there would be anything for it.
Borrowed scrolls must be returned within a 10-day. It seems the Temple to Murder has a lending library.
That's intriguing. The ecstasy of murder is the only thing they have. Once Baal's favor has quickened within one of his beloved murderers, the bliss of his love is nigh indescribable, for he blesses his loyal with a new sensation, a mindless, instinctual, primal sensation that comes from within the bowels, an erotic spasm that washes over the killer. In the moment of murder, it is said that in that instance his divine essence can almost be tasted. Forsake all other hedonism's acolytes, for nothing can compare. Until the true ecstasies of murder wash over you, initiates, the scroll contains a prayer. You may say it after a kill, calling for the Lord's disgrace to find its course in your body. Lovely. Okay. Get our 2 gold. You guys, like, doing anything?
You killed her! You killed her! I thought it not possible. And yet curious.
Okay, hello.
Such agonies I would inflict upon you for what you've done here. But Bao's law is absolute. You may leave unmauled.
All I'm going to say is you two are very lucky that I'm maxed out on XP. Otherwise, you would be getting so pushed off the edge. Anyway, over here. Our enemy's fate. Here lies Flaming Fist, Manip, and Tria Thorpe, who thought to interfere with an unholy ritual murder in Harborview Park. Her body will lie here until every scrap of flesh has been picked clean by corpse beetles. Thus shall we serve all who meddle in the bloody business of Baal. Can I? No, I was going to see whether I could pick it up or move it. Nope. Okay. Well, I guess we'll leave them there. More skeletons. Oh. Interesting little back room here that leads into there. I guess we could have entered there before we saw Orin. In theory. Wonder what impact that would have had. I guess the people in here might have been alive. That's probably the main impact that it would have had. I don't know. Maybe they were still dead. We could have maybe spoken to Helena first. Oh, we could have spoken to Helena and said, Saravok Saravok said that Helena had to kill you. And then see what... and that would have then changed the conversation. And she would be less mad about Saravok. I don't know if it would have changed the outcome, but I could definitely see like a little conversation change there. Either that or it changes absolutely nothing, but you know, I like to imagine the best. That it would have some effect. Let's head down here. And let's see what we can find. Right, over this way. You know, you guys wait. I'm going to do this. There we go. Right. Anything over here, or is it just like somewhere we can go? It's just somewhere we can go with a wealth offering to Baal. Lord Baal, the poison that Quack sold me was not effective diluted in the ale. Writhing failure of a slave that I am, I offer all the gouted landlord's gold gifted from deviants in their excess. I pray only it can fund a mighty homicide, and one day my corpse may sip on gall gallets with you in your domain. Okay. Cool. We'll jump over here. Group up. Hello.
So messy. All you needed was a drop of adabile. That would have done for Orin.
Oh, he's criticizing my technique.
She is crushed, destroyed, obliterated. But her skull did not sit in my palm. Not by my hand. No. No.
Okay. Sayer Dorkan? Dorkan's diary. With all the patrons hurling within the hour of Horus's shift, I suspect foul play in a tampered keg. Gods know I have to point the finger at someone before the fist come to close the bar down. I thought it would scare off any brawls to have a new tough, but there's something foully wrong about this one. Never says a word, but is always muttering something. Ah, and the keg might be what was mentioned there, like with the poison. Interesting. Okay. Hello.
Begone. Before I set my teeth to your flesh.
I'd like to see you try.
To let such a weakling leave unharmed. But it is Baal's decree. I will not defy him.
Yeah. Sure, whatever. You totally get me. I get it. Right. Grab the loot. Right. Over here. More bones. I think this probably has something on it. Let's at least position differently. Stiv's wedding vows. Mashamu, you love your secrets, and I'm still not sure why you wouldn't let us be wed in Ilmater's temple. But oh, my glimmering ruby garnet, I've loved every wild night and day with you. Here's to decades more, and lots of bounding stivlets and mashlings. Ah, yeah, it's because she was a follower of Baal and she wanted to kill him. I understand.
Her screams. So loud. Should have cut them off. Squeezed harder. Still, she is silent now.
That is true. She is silent now. Right, grab this. Skeleton. Okay, here. Masha's wedding vows. Oh, never mind. Stiv, when I called you to elope, I meant for us to be together eternally in the only way my faith allows. This dagger, the sacred mark of my lord, is our witness, priest, and officiant. With it I die by your side, and you by mine. Offer up your belly of flesh that I might rend it. Never mind. Yeah, she was a follower. Yeah. She just happened to, also kill herself at the same time. Okay. Well, when we hit here, we're out. Here? There we go. I'm going to make sure we're completely out here. Let's do a quick save. And that is everything looted in the Temple of Baal. Which means the final thing we have to do is go here and face the Elder Brain. Well, what does it think I need to do here? Is it just telling me the Undercity is there? Let me just see. It's rescue Orin's victim. Yeah, we need to check up on the victim. That's fine. We can do that.
I may just get a tad malcontent.
Well, aren't you lucky, Gale, that the next place we're going is back to camp? Okay. Wait, did Halson never came to this camp? He's been gone that long. Hello.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid.
What news from the Grove?
Wounds have healed. Damage has been undone. Balance has been restored. Those who seek to serve nature there can once again do so with all their hearts. There have been difficulties. Some initiates harbor too much admiration for Korga's course of action. Francesca will do what she must to rid them of such notions. She is well suited to the task. Better than I, perhaps. To cleanse a land of shadows is one thing, but to sway a heart from a dark path is another matter entirely. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid, to be a leader.
You could resume your position at the Grove once we defeated the Absolute.
I thought that would be the case once, yet perhaps the Grove will not need me. Forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely and for so long, I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one.
Can we talk about how you were kidnapped? Yeah, how are you? You weren't harmed when Orin took you, I hope.
Just my pride. I can't believe I allowed myself to be knocked unconscious and spirited away like that. Impressive that she managed to move my bulk, come to think of it. I wonder how that was managed. But in either case, it seems I was insensible for much of my ordeal. Small mercies.
Okay. How am I holding up in your estimations?
I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic expectations of your character ever since I joined you. But honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seemed my faith was more than well-founded.
Good. Okay. So
Parasite,
that's the wrong one. That's what I'm looking for. Actually, that was what I was looking for. Halsin, I just want to have a quick look at... Not that. Actually... No, is it that one, Halsin, and then... Oh, you can only look at his... I was looking for his approval, but for that he'd have to be in the party. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. The reason I was looking for his approval is apparently the way that the person who's kidnapped is taken is based on approval levels. So whoever has the lowest approval, I believe, between Halsin, Lae'zel, and Gale would be the person kidnapped. Now, for us, we had a romantic thing with Lae'zel. We had the approval for a romantic thing with Gale, which basically means that Halsin was almost guaranteed for us, which is lucky, because he was definitely the one we wanted to have that happen to, given he has no quests. But, yeah, if it had happened differently, I don't know how our campaign would have played out. I guess I would have made a beeline for them, and then had a very awkward bit after defeating Orin, where I'd be like, alright, well, I guess I'm going to go and do every side quest. I think this way worked a little bit better. Because Orin's was definitely a good second last thing to do in the game. Let me just have a look at the quests here. So, wait, so we have... I guess maybe we have to wait until the evening. Maybe we have to do a long rest to properly check. Yeah, because he didn't have anything else to say, did he? Although, maybe if we speak to him again, he'll have something else to say, because his first conversation was eaten by the Grove conversation that we should have had earlier. Let's see if he has anything more to say.
The blight that was Orin has been purged from the world. And we have another Netherstone also. A significant step towards stopping this evil, once and for all.
Okay. Well, I guess everyone's gonna have a voice line, right?
Baal's chosen has been bled. May her torment be tenfold of that which she inflicted.
Okay.
That's Orin dealt with. Good riddance. Now that we have her Netherstone, we're one big step closer to finishing this. Once and for all.
Okay. Jaheira?
I would be lying if I told you I was certain we would walk out of that temple alive. We faced Baal there once before, and I was not ready to count on luck a second time. But luck had no part in it. Just you. That is both chosen beaten, and their stones wrested from their grasp. But where they fall, the Elder Brain rises. It is already worming its way free. We must find it before it slips its collar, whether we are ready or not.
Okay. Minsk?
Another ball spawn buried by our hand. Ball should learn better than to send his offspring against us. They might as well be babes, dropped bare bottom into the Rashiman winter.
Okay. Okay. Over here, we now have Lae'zel.
Orin's dead, which means we have taken one step closer to slaughtering the fetid Elder Brain.
Okay. I like to think that Lae'zel's just been sitting here meditating, just gaining, like, passively gaining power, just like, yes, when it's my turn in the party, then they'll see, you know, which it will be, because she is definitely coming with us, as is Gale. So Gale, Lae'zel are locks. I was thinking for a last one, I was kind of going through it in my head, right? Astarion? No. No, he doesn't have any connection to this whatsoever. His story is done. Karlach? I'm afraid Karlach's story is done. I mean, she has some personal issues to work out, but her story in general is done. Move through here, and you move into this one. Halsin? Obviously no. You have Will? Well, he is a hero of Baldur's Gate, potentially, as in he's made that his new personality, but his story is kind of done. It has an underline on it. He is now you know, the Blade of Avernus. He has a new path in life that is not fighting the Absolute. Shadowheart, I mean, her story is kind of done as well, right? She has her new path, which again is not fighting the Absolute. Which leaves us with these two. And honestly, if you have to pick one of those two, it has to be Jaheira, right? Out of Jaheira and Minsk. Minsk is very much like the bodyguard, the backup to Jaheira, at least in terms of how the story is playing out. So Jaheira, I think, has to be our third person. Thematically, it fits as well. She is a party member from the first game, so she has a connection to everything all the way through. She was actively fighting the Absolute, so this is the end of her story. So it makes sense. So I think it's going to have to be Jaheira, which isn't ideal skill-wise, because Shadowheart, I think, greatly outperforms Jaheira in the same role. So we may need to do some looking at things. But now we have Halsin back, actually. There's some hope for Jaheira, and the hope is that we can actually use all of her buffs on Halsin. Now, why would we want to do that? Well, if we get Halsin to buff everyone instead of Jaheira, Jaheira can go in with a level 6 spell slot, which we haven't really had up to this point, which I think would be very useful. Anyway, continuing to find out what people are thinking.
Hell's take that Baal freak. She would have bled the whole world just for the fun of it. We've got her Netherstone now. One step closer to getting the Netherbrain under control.
Now, if this was a single-player only game, what I think would be very cool for them to do at this point would be to give us, like, here are the 4 you're taking in to the mission, right? And then to have other things happen around the city that you could have, like, another party do. Like, you could have a party of 4 deal with them. I don't think they're going to do that because this game is not a single-player game, strictly. It is also a multiplayer game, and in multiplayer, that would get too complicated, like, very quickly. But, yeah, it would be cool. Hey, maybe they do it and then I'm surprised, but I don't think they will.
Orin was a monster, whatever her form. Suppose growing up somewhere like this would make a monster of anyone.
Okay. Astarion? Astarion?
Good riddance to the shape changer. Couldn't have happened to a worse wretch.
Okay. Now can I level up? How do I level up Halsin without adding him to our party? I don't think I can. Now let's jump down here. Jump over here. Do a little party swap. Minsk, you're out.
You will grow to like Jaheira's insect.
Right. Meet up with you later. Just wait for it to calculate. Okay. Halsin.
Oakfather preserve you.
Join me. Okay, he's back in the party. So we're looking for freedom of movement and thoroughly stuffed from him. Those are the main buffs we want. So let's see if we can get those. There's thoroughly stuffed. Wonderful. So he can get them. That's fine. I mean, in prepared spells, we might as well just go in here and go like, thoroughly stuffed. Are there any other buffs we could get? None of these are buffs. That is a concentration one, so it won't be something we want. Oh, I just had a theory in my head. I was like, I wonder whether they made that concentration so that you couldn't like cast it on somebody who wasn't going to be in, or like you couldn't have it active if you weren't in the party. Oh no, maybe that's why they did that. Either way, it's still not very good. Protection from poison, that's fine. There's bark skin. Wait, that's stone skin. But yeah, same difference. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so those are the only... Oh, and then Longstrider. Yeah, so he can now apply every buff, which is nice. Yes, protection from poison, Longstrider, freedom of movement, and Hero's Feast. There's a chance he can't cast all of them, and we may need to use Minsk, but that's okay. Cool. It doesn't matter what else he has. Level 12. New feat available. I mean, it doesn't matter, but like, it should be a wisdom upgrade, I assume. Is there one that increases your wisdom? I think we've done this before, and no, there isn't, which means that we would want to do like ability improvement, but then you kind of look at it and go, well, I don't really want to improve an ability by 1. Yeah, I mean, we could take proficient, but I mean, it doesn't do anything. As in the one that makes you proficient. Oh, there it is, resilient. But we're already proficient as wisdom, so it's just worse. Interesting. Yeah, there's just not really anything for him. Like, out of all of this. Con increase, no. Dungeon Delver. I know I'm spending time on this when it doesn't matter at all. I mean, here's the thing. Like, a wisdom increase is better for him. Let's just do that. That's fine.
At least
right.
Things have stayed interesting.
Cool. So, that's Halsin sorted. Let's do a long rest. Sorry, I was just thinking in my head whether we can do a long rest, and I think we can. The reason why I was thinking whether we could or not, I was like, I wonder whether prepared spells are on a long rest, but no, they're not in this game, because prepared spells, you can redo at any time up until the point that you actually want to use the spell. Or, sorry, up until the point where you're in combat, and then you could use the spell, right? You can't change them in combat, but you can change them up to that point. So, yeah, we don't need to worry about it. We can change all of Jaheira's stuff in a minute. Well, in a bit. Maybe off camera. We'll see. Right, long rest. I'm assuming that there's going to be something that's going to happen at the long rest. It just seems that... why am I walking to the bed? Oh, well, whatever. I'm halfway there now. Yeah, oh, wait, maybe I can sleep in this bed. The one without blood on it. But yeah, it would make sense for something to happen now that we have all the supplies. Nope, we slept on the one with blood on it. Okay. That's twisting vines. Yeah, that's Gale getting caught in twisting vines. That's okay. You'll work it out in a second. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now we are all set up. So I guess all that's really left is for me to do some inventory management, right? Because, yeah, for me to buff everybody and do inventory management and get ourselves ready to go. We got to sort out some potions between people. I don't think there's too much else really to do. There's not even that much alchemy to do because I did all of the useful alchemy last time. Yeah, it's kind of just like a sort things out. I think I might equip Halsin in proper gear as well, just as an exercise and something else to do, in case there's some reason to use him later. I'm assuming there isn't a reason to use him later, but I think I might, you know, just equip him to be sure. But beyond that, I think we're ready to face the Elder Brain. I don't think there's anything to do, right? Because we have this, which is currently on the Elder Brain. We have this, which is break Orpheus free, which I assume is main story. This is main story, which is the same thing. We're not embracing our potential. We have a ton of allies. You know what's interesting is they do have Halsin listed as an ally here, which is interesting because that implies that he's useful in the way that the rest of these guys are useful. So maybe there is a reason to equip Halsin specifically, like beyond a normal companion. You know, he doesn't have a tadpole, so maybe that affects things? I mean, Jaheira doesn't have a tadpole either. I don't know. Anyway, I also don't know how any of these are going to come into play. Like, how is the Holophant going to do anything? I don't know, but maybe it will. Yeah, I have no idea. And then confront the Elder Brain. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of weird being at the end of the game. It's been a long one. How far through are we now? Let's just do a save. 172 hours. So, yeah, fair chunk of time. Right. Well, between episodes, I'm going to make sure that we're equipped, which I think basically just means we're going to equip Halsin. I'm gonna sort out remaining inventory. I don't even know if I'm gonna sell it. I'm just gonna sort it out so it's sorted. I'm gonna sort out our potion situation so that everyone has some potions. I don't think there are any more large potions in the game, which may or may not be an issue for us, but I think we bought all of them, so I don't really know where we would find any more. I guess I could maybe look for the ingredients at shops, but yeah, I think we're just out of them. Unless there's ingredients lying around. What do you need for the for this? You need Kieran hair. Yeah, there's probably some ingredients around the place, but I don't really I don't really have any. On the positive side, I have a lot of those potions there. So if I go and have a look in here, is it this one? Yeah, so I have a lot of these, which give you the benefits of a long rest, which I assume means it will also give you the full heal. So outside of combat, we're kind of set. We should also probably elixir up. I'm thinking the best elixir is probably a universal resistance one, but we might go in there with something else to start with. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really use elixirs, apart from the strength elixirs throughout the game, so I'm not sure what we'd go with. We'll see. Maybe Peerless Focus could be okay as well. I don't know. Well, we'll have a look. We'll have a look. See invisibility should in theory be useless, but, you know, we'll see. Probably one person having the anti-surprise stuff on would be good as well, just so that we can't be ambushed, because if they can't be surprised, well, I guess it would just mean that one person, but it means they could do something. Anyway, doesn't really matter. I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, we face the Elder Brain, maybe, unless there's like a whole other area, and then it's like a 5-hour experience, but next time, we go to face the Elder Brain. So, I'll see you then. Goodbye.